All right, we are live. Good evening and welcome to Sunday night, which tonight may not actually occur there. And we know that Millie's here in the chat, and we are grateful. How you doing, Krista?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
Fantastic. Since Adam is live, there's only one here, and it's Millie, and we appreciate you. I can see you in the chat here, and we truly appreciate you. We kind of made an executive
Really.
decision that we're going to go ahead and now she just dropped off too. So we're going to go ahead and end this, cancel this here, and I'll probably just delete it. So if anybody is actually watching, and if you are still here, Millie, we're going to cancel and go over to Adam's live. Everybody's already there, and he just went live. And so everybody's already there anyways. And so and then she'll be live. Crystal will be live tomorrow. So if you're watching, Millie, thank you. You can say hi. Go ahead. Hi,
Hey,
Krista.
Millie.
But if
Love
you're
you so
watching,
much, my sweetheart. So, seeing as you're here, I will just send you the most enormous, and to Josh and to whoever else is here. Just let us just receive some, we can't miss it, an opportunity. So, let's just pour forth, open up our crown chakra, open up to the heavens, open up our base chakra, open to the beautiful earth. And from my heart, through my hands, to you, to the earth, to all of us, especially to our group, just pour forth golden energy, pure crystalline light. Welcoming in the new, just extra delicious sparkles and extra delicious food for our soul. So enjoy that little bit of clearing. Just felt to do
Care
that.
Bear joined us. Care Bear, only because it's just the two of us. Well, there's a third now. I don't know. So there may be a third. If there's a third out there, say hello, and then we may keep going here. But otherwise, we were going to go. We were going to end this and go over to Adams because there's just not too many people here. And Chris is going live tomorrow. But if there's a third out there in the chat, we are happy to kind
Hey,
of continue.
Karen.
We've got Care Bear and hi Karen, and we've got Millie here. So I don't know. I'll leave it at this point. If there, Beatrice is here, so I'll leave it up to you if you want to continue there, Krista. We got three in the chat here, so I guess we will
Well,
continue. What do you? We'll do a shortened show. How's that?
let's do a quick short show because
There
I
we go.
was going
You
to
guys did
do
come
a
here. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you everybody. So you get an even double pin. Let's just open up our beautiful space into beautiful new earth as we take big steps and little steps and dancing steps forward. Yeah, so just opening up with beautiful, beautiful golden energy. I can't get enough golden energy. I don't know. It's a very, very interesting space. But so we're going to do a very short show today because we've got Adam live. And I really appreciate everybody for being here so much. I'm really, yeah. It's definitely so. Thanks, Millie. And thank you, Karen. And thank you, Beatrice. You're welcome to Creating Heaven on Earth. So those are the old terms, the old names of Feng Shui. Thank you. Yeah, well, it's all movies, Millie.
I think she meant to say lovies there, but
I know, I see there, but it's all movies
favor. Thank you,
anyway.
Millie. We love you.
So there's, yeah, what's it? Yeah, even there. I'm bumbling over my words and making up new words and doing spoonerisms and all sorts of interesting, crazy things at the moment.
Well, yeah, with the retrogrades, I've been all over the place with the words and every. It's like just center. So thank you.
And it's all these new planets just knocking on the new doors, you know, going into like what's it, Neptune right now, and Saturn. I'm making friends with Saturn.
I get to go into Jupiter in June. That's as good as it gets. There's no better planet to have in your sign
Jupiter's awesome. Yeah.
than Jupiter. That's the sign of like massive luck, massive awesomeness, and it only comes around every like
Sagittarius,
40
yeah.
years or something. So Jupiter rolling into Cancer,
That's awesome. Yeah.
it's never a negative thing for that sign. It's
Yeah.
never no, it's
Well,
always
we've
something
just
positive.
it went in yesterday, just after the eclipse. Saturn went. Was it into Aries?
Yes, yeah, it's been 140 years since it's done that. So
Yeah. I kind of see it. I think I'm quite. I always see Jupiter as my mother, and I see Saturn as my father, because
oh, I like that.
yeah. But he was also Capricorn.
Well, for me as a Cancer, it's Mars and Moon, pretty much. As far as like being right, like
Yeah.
my planets that I utilize the most are like Mars and Moon. My mother's my Mars for sure. She was a yeah, she's with fire. But, that's just my current, but you know.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely this. I don't know. I don't feel like a big wham bammy bang with this, but it's definitely a huge shift. I mean, I feel like can just walk in and out, and that was like yesterday of this portal on Saturday. It was like that I could just like walk. It was actually Friday, Saturday, but the energies are here, so just really enjoy them. I've been like very, very mellow today.
Yeah, speaking of Jupiter, there we go. Drops of Jupiter by train. Millie, good
Oh,
stuff.
awesome! Thanks,
Yeah,
Millie. Yeah,
yeah. The
yeah.
energies today have been kind of shifty, but they've been good to ground it. You know what it is because we're really that shift. It's been what's unseen is now becoming seen with some really large clarity. If you're slowed down, you have to be slowed down. But if you're slowed down enough to see it, if I mean, that's just as a we're not talking. Obviously, we're not talking feng shui, but astrology kind of ties in with feng shui. But so from if you're seeing the energies
Mm.
and slowing down, then you're going to get clarity like you may never have had before with all the shifts that are going on. I feel like I've grown leaps and bounds, like inward growth. Exactly. Fire.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And
Thank
same
you,
here.
Karen. Yeah.
Today, I have massive revelations. And it's just like, cool. Okay. Exactly. So, yeah, totally.
But thank you
Awesome.
for that also, Josh, what you said, if you slowed down enough to see it. Because I'm stressing myself, being a double Aries, I'm usually into this high, like very frenetic energy. Yeah, my whole life I've
My
had
mother's
this.
in Aries. I
Yeah.
understand the frenetic energy. She's a fiery Aries. She's a fiery Aries.
Yeah. So I just, yeah. But definitely feel this huge. So that's what today's been. It's just been like sort of looking and sorting out the treasure trove and just allowing, or it's like turning on the faucet, turning on the tap, and it's just filling up so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wonderful.
agree.
Yeah.
Well,
And I think we've all got so many things to look at, just especially how the planets are affecting us now, for what the planets stand for, because we've got all these major what did I say? Anyway.
I'm taking it easy and partying like a social butterfly Libra. There you go.
Oh, are you Libra, Millie? Is Millie Libra with the
Yeah, I think she's
Sagittarius
with.
rising?
And
Yeah,
Krista,
I've
what
got a
you?
birthday tomorrow. Oh, it's my birthday. Hello, happy birthday to me.
It's your birthday.
It's
Why
my
did I not know
birthday.
it's your birthday? Happy
Not yet.
birthday. How did I
Yeah, a
not know
little
it's your
bit
birthday?
later, 31st of March. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, so it's actually
And Heeny's
not
here as
yet,
well.
but we get to celebrate it at Good Dunning tomorrow. That's
Ah,
right.
well, here
I
it's
knew it was your birthday,
111.
like shortly. I put it on my calendar. Yeah, it's tomorrow. So yeah, there we go. There's what the Care Bear said. Krista, what you said, speak from your heart. That was really what I needed to hear.
It is. And I want to just actually just really remind us again, because we just keep going round again in these beautiful spirals. And I
Penny's here.
think yeah, hello, Heaney.
Millie, I'm a Libra with
Hi.
5 Libra placements. Oh, fire.
Thanks, Millie. Thanks, Heaney. Yeah, I said, when was it? In 2015. I wasn't having another birthday until I turn 100.
Happy birthday, Christa.
Because
We get to
I
celebrate
remember
it.
the year I was born. In Germany, they do everything. You can't like change your age in Germany because it's the first thing everybody asks you. What's your birth year? If you go to the doctor or to the vet or to the chemist or anyway, they ask you your birth year.
They do the same thing here,
Yeah,
generally. I,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's just so I want to just remind us because we're definitely moving into portals again. So let's just remember to go over our portal, and it's like we're cleaning up our own doorstep every day. So we say it in our words, but if we would all just clean up our own doorstep, thanks Beatrice, much appreciated. Taking all those many happies. Yeah, it's like definitely new beginnings. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, because last year was like a final. This is like a whole really a new beginning year for me. So, oh yes, I'm going to ask Care Bear to do me. I'll email you with my details.
we are not in age, we are internal. But try telling CVS that. That's funny.
Well, yeah,
Like,
I've got to. Yeah.
CVS is the local pharmacy.
Okay.
It's a pharmacy store, like all around the country.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's like our.
Chemist.
Yeah. In as I say, in Germany, they ask. That's the first thing they ask you. You give your name and your year
We have to get
birth.
the full date of birth.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your date of birth? Last
Yeah.
name, date of birth. And
That's
then they check your ID.
part of our identification here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, big new beginnings and gentle new beginnings. I still think I like my saying, which I've worked with, being a double Aries. It's always been a challenge for me, but then I have a lot of my Mars is in Cancer, so it gets very watery.
Actually, Millie's right
And
there. Your birthday and month at CVS.
okay, I know. Okay, no, they ask us for everything here. No. So let's just take this opportunity easy, but let's take it. Yeah, I think after all the hecticness of my life, never mind the last few years, I was just a beautiful Cancer messenger. But you can see it in your cables. I was wondering if you were Cancer. Yeah, because you can very often see it. It's like the five elements, you can see it.
Yeah, I could see the Cancer in you, because I'm a Cancer myself.
Yeah,
Cancer moon or Cancer sun and Virgo moon and
yeah.
Capricorn north moon. So
Have
yeah.
you got a Virgo moon, Josh?
Yes.
Okay, me too.
Yeah. I think Millie has a Virgo moon too.
No, she said something else. Was it a Virgo moon? I
Hmm.
can't remember what she said.
I don't know, but I have a Virgo moon. So that's how you are seen.
Yeah. I think it's just really important to, and yet again, just go over our portals and the basic things that create a harmonious environment so that we move reasonably easily and smoothly and graciously and excitedly into this new portal. It's like knowing that you've got a nice dress on that you're going to the ball, or to the show. You've got a really nice suit on, and you've got the right shoes on, and you're just moving forward. So observe your portal, your doorway, moving into this incredible portal. Paint it if you can. Give it a good clean, Josh. For all of us those that can't really do anything, we can just clean it again and
Yeah.
just say, okay, yeah, we're making it really new. Give the door handles a nice good clean. Please don't forget to oil your doors, because remember that any squeaking doors or creaking doors create, especially with Mercury, they create angry words or misinterpreted words. Also, it's just irritating, and it just affects our body, but it affects our hugely our huge energy and our communication skills. So there we are. We're out with the screwdrivers. We're out with the oil, and we're out with the dustpan, and we're out with the bucket of water, and a bit of some yummy fragrance and essence of some beautiful aromatherapy in our oil, so that we can really anoint this beautiful doorway. I would really anoint the doorway. There's a beautiful anointing that you can do. Let me see if I can I didn't think of doing that, but let me see if I can just draw it up very quickly for us, which would be awesome. And it's so interesting, in Germany they do that a lot here. When I was doing a lot of this in South Africa, a lot of people say, "Oh, but the priest comes." So the Greeks do it, and the Germans do it. They have the priest, and you see it here on a lot of the doors that they write. They I don't know what they actually write, but they do also put the date on the door lintel. And once a year, the priest comes and anoints the door, and they actually do it. This is a black hat method, but they do it very similarly to this. And the Polish do it. I know the Greeks do it. They also do it once a year, where the priest actually comes around to their house and does it. So I don't know if Millie, if you have anything else that your priest does. I've always worked with the Om Mani Padme Hum, and I work with bells. So, but please, you need to like your number. I don't think Care Bears actually. So I'm just going to go through some of this. I love sushi. I'm hoping somebody will take me for sushi tomorrow. But our numbers need to be straight or going up in a row. If they're going down, we're looking at depression. Our numbers need to be visible, or give our house a name. Make sure that the door is beautifully cleaned and swept. If you can balance the door on either side with stones or with plants or with statues, just to create this beautiful, easy, accessible, and that you're making your mark out there in society. Drive around wealthy areas and have a look what they've done to their front entrances. You will always find that they've done something like that. But just get some inspiration and bring it into your home. Water to the right of your front door will bring in sacred angels and helpful people, and especially as we're moving into this new portal, we want helpful people. We want our mentors into life, whether it's in the form of a book or in the form of people. But I feel that this is what is definitely a space of unity, and it's a space of people to be healing and helping and working together, whether we're 1,000 miles away or whether we're 1 mile away from each other. If you haven't, get a new keychain or add another charm onto your keychain. Highly recommended as we're moving into this new energy. Choose it with care. What do you want in your life? Make sure that you always have somewhere safe to put your keys. You waste many hours in the year looking for your keys if they not put in an ordered place. As you walk into your home, make sure bring some water into your home. I like a bowl of salt water so that we can just drop a lot of the negative energy. Obviously, if you have a fountain, that's always the most ideal, but I try to bring it practical. Not everybody has the ability to bring in a fountain or a waterfall next to your home. What else do we want? Okay, this, make sure your numbers are visible, and just be very aware of what you're actually facing as you walk into your doorway. because that portal, that is then your launch pad or your landing pad, your entrance. Remember, it's there to entrance you. So stand there, take a moment. What is it saying to you? What is it saying for your children? What is it saying for your husband? Try for it to be neutral, or words of encouragement, or an incredible, beautiful picture. Make sure that the picture is uplifting and also going up, because if anything is going down, you're bringing in negative, depressing energies into your life. So it's very personal what you do. Keep keys out of kids, and yeah, absolutely. My son once, long ago, oh golly, he buried the keys in the garden. I was gardening, but I didn't realize that he'd buried the keys. He just planted them. But it took us so many hours to find the keys. And he couldn't talk properly. It was like 2 or something. So he wasn't that clear. And where are my keys? And he kept like pointing, but I couldn't find them. He'd actually buried them like about a foot deep into the garden. Victor, welcome.
Welcome, Victor. Welcome,
Welcome.
Gigi, as well. Thank you guys for
And
showing up here.
Gigi, hey. So we just went through very quickly the basics of the portal. But what I want to do now, and then we're all going to dash over to Adam if we like. What's Adam talking about tonight, Josh?
He's doing his predictions, so for the month. So I mean, I'm not chasing over there specifically to listen to predictions per se. I predict my own universe, but he's doing his monthly predictions.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I watch very, very little. I caught up today quite a bit with what the planets on a general level, what they affect.
We've got 8 here, so we can continue here for a while. We've got 8 here, so 7. Somebody just dropped, but we've got 7 here, so we'll continue on for a bit. So we're not going to chase over to Adams per se. If you want to go say hi or something, you guys are certainly welcome to. But yeah, so we're going to continue on here because there's 7 of you guys here, and we're grateful. Thank you, and and I don't want to cede my energy to Adam or anything. So.
It was interesting. I was just listening to somebody talking about the volcano. I'm talking weird things. The tornadoes. And we were talking about sacred sites. And I think in America, almost everywhere is a sacred site. And it was this guy was talking about in Florida, where they obviously have tornadoes, but it never hit their area. And last year or the year before, some woman, they had a burial mound, and they said it was protected by the Indian burial mounds. And she removed it and removed the bones and made it into her garden. And now it's the 3rd tornado that they've had hit them. So they removed that protection of. I would never move.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's. I used to live near the Serpent Mounds in Ohio, which are now considered also pyramids, but kind of a version of. But the Serpent Mounds are now a national. They've actually become a UNESCO, like a World Heritage Site. But they used to be. You can still drive to a state park, but you can drive through there, and you can't walk on the mounds or anything, but you can take pictures and whatnot. It's kind of cool.
Very sacred, hey. Yeah, we have a lot where they also the burial grounds in South Africa, which the government has absolutely no respect for the bones. Yeah.
We got Victor here. He's watching Reed Timmer doing. Has he got the Dominator? Is he in a rental vehicle or something? If you know what Reed Timmer is, he's the first guy to actually drive directly into and survive driving directly into a tornado. And any hurricane, even a Cat 3 or 4, he'll stand outside and just be like insane and just get blown over.
So they've been in huge earthquakes at the moment.
Well, yeah, we had that 1.4.
Well, it was 7 point. There was a 7.7 in Asia. Quite a few people didn't make it.
Yeah, favored to anybody involved in anything Mother Nature's been throwing at us. We had that coronal hole, and then we had an X flare to mix
It's
those
been
two together.
huge.
Yeah, the
And
coronal hole is like 50% of the sun or something.
yeah. And NASA's still not talking about it.
No, they're using solar cycles. They're doing other things with the solar cycles, and they're trying to tell us one thing, but we know what it's all solar cycles, generally speaking, anyways. So there's nothing that
Hey, Denise.
us in our 1% of the CO2. Yeah, it's all the sun. Thank you. We love you, but we're
Sending you
not.
lots of love and light and beauty and new beginnings and just especially new beginnings, Denise. Get yourself a new little charm for your keychain just to bring something new into your life.
Denise,
Okay.
welcome. Good dawning. Good
Yeah.
afternoon, I should say, but welcome. Yeah, really. I'm used to saying good dawning, but good evening, really. I'm not even used to saying that.
It's just
Well,
a,
welcome.
I don't know, what is a new word for good day that incorporates everything? Where's our beautiful
I know, right?
Bosh, our wordsmith? Karen, give us a new word for
We need
wishing
to go
good
to the
day.
Urban Dictionary, or we need a sniglet. Way back in the day, there was a thing called sniglets, and back in the '80s, and you could like create a word like a Jemimite would be like a little pancake, like Aunt Jemima. Jemimite would be a little pancake sitting, yes, on the pan, or so you could create your own words and then put it to the Sniglet Dictionary. They printed a
Oh, Lucky
dictionary
Stone.
once a
Hello,
year.
beautiful.
Lucky,
Thank you,
welcome.
thank you. Yeah, welcoming in the new beautiful portal.
Greetings and felicitations.
Yeah. Who was it? But it was the King Arthur. That was us reading something about the knights, and that they would every year that they would renew their contracts run and in March that they would, because it's the beginning of the month, it's the beginning of the year,
Right.
and that they yes they fought wars, but they wouldn't do any violence without the wars. Yeah. um, they vowed to protect, well, I should imagine it's women, widows, women, orphans and pets, but then it was to the damsels in distress, that they would do good deeds, that they would be upright citizens, upright people. Yeah, so it was just a yearly thing that they actually committed themselves to. I think it's quite nice to do it almost on a monthly, well, obviously a daily basis, but it's really nice. You can do it like with the new moon, that you just make a very small dedication. It's really nice. And we're working at the moment with, oh, I can't, my brain is very tired right now. But with the nine goddesses. So over the next nine days, the aspects of the nine of the feminine. So I will post on my community page. But for now, let's just do this portal clearing so you can do it. But please make sure that your portal is clean. It's your front door, that you've anointed it with oil. I do it now. I do it with oil, especially that your doors aren't creaking. So if you haven't got, just keep that as your Feng Shui emergency kit, yeah? And I just do your doors sort of once a month, once every 2 months. Just go around and oil them anyway. Make sure that the locks open, because it's all extremely telling on your life. And yeah, put in a mirror above your front door. Octagon is nice. You can pick one up at the dollar store, or better still, you can get that wonderful Feng Shui kit from Chloe with the crystals, and you can just balance your home quickly, especially now. I think it's just so awesome that we're moving into a whole new cycle. Yeah, we've been working over the last few weeks about creating new things and shifting in the specific areas. And if you haven't written, it's still your chance to write what you want as we're moving into the new cycle. So let me just do this clearing of our portals. This is your front door. Okay. So as I said, I work with the Omani Padme thing, and I use oil when I do it to the door. And this protects it from break-ins, negative elementals on all levels. So it's always, and I just do work. When I anoint it, I go on Mani Padme Hum. So it's like here, if you can see, I'm just going to do there. So it's as above on Mani Padme Hum. And then below, it's on the cracks of the door on Mani Padme Hum. This is where your lock is. And then it's on Mani Padme Hum. Above the lock, below the lock, on Mani Padme Hum. And where the lock is, on Mani Padme Hum. So it's a beautiful 5-point seal. So it's above Om Mani Padme Hum, below Om Mani Padme Hum, with oil. Above the lock, Om Mani Padme Hum, below the lock, Om Mani Padme Hum, and where the lock is. And then I always use my beautiful Tibetan bells and just seal that energy. So that's protecting your doorway and allowing positive energies in and removing negative energies out. Because as we said, the majority of our problems in life are not from us, they come from outside. Yeah. So it is. Thank you indeed. Many things. So it is. Loving, loving, loving the truth wave. It's just getting more and more potent. I think there's a whole pile of people just traveling around the planet, energizing the planet. Yeah, but it's really just she needs so much. She is also doing her rising and doing her changing. PG, I hope you like that. Yeah, do that. Do that on your front door. I mean, not on your front door, on your door to your room. So if you're living with somebody, you can do it. Love you too, PG.
Love you,
So
PG.
much. Yeah. Yeah. Just such interesting energy at the moment. It's really about recalibrating again, looking in our toolbox what we have. So my biggest thing at the moment is that I'm just working with this law, the law of grace, and just to keep things new. Yeah, remember, and this is our choice point. So it's living in the new now or living in the now new. So whenever we're called to look at some of our episodes in our life, just keep that little vortex in front of you and just chuck them. We really don't need to hold on to this shit. So the universe is just pouring so much grace and love and compassion upon us right now. And that for now, Josh, hello. Anybody want anything else? Mirror your reality. I am that I am. Integrate your reality. Mirror your reality. Do mirror work. It's really nice to have a mirror as you exit. I still do. I mean, I mirror in my bathroom and look at myself and say hello to myself and tell myself I love myself. And for many years, I get dressed at home. I don't slump around because I've worked at home. And when I look in the mirror, I need to see somebody that's not just slumping around in a sweatsuit. So it doesn't matter if I don't see people for a week. I will still put, like when I do the show, I'll put on perfume to do the show. It's very crazy. Don't ask me why.
No, it's about the energy. It makes a lot of sense there, Christa.
It is about the energy. Yeah, very much so. So I dress up for myself just so that when I see myself, because we see ourselves so often in the bathroom. And when when you're washing your hands, you've generally got a mirror in front of your thing where you see it, yeah. So and look at yourselves in the mirror, yeah. Mirrors we can go for years without looking at ourselves in the mirror. We do this stuff, but we don't look at ourselves. Just take time to look at yourself and acknowledge your beauty. Look in your eyes.
Mel
Yeah.
Robbins has a good thing. When you look in the mirror every day, give yourself, don't say anything.
Anything.
Just high five, but do
Yeah.
it. Don't do it karmically. You have to do it with a smile. High five, because eventually these little habits will shift that do it. Just something as simple as that will shift your entire universe over time. Won't for like a couple of weeks, but by the
Okay.
fourth week, you'll
Where,
be laughing and doing it, and it just
yeah.
shifts everything. But then
It's
the other
high
thing she
fiving.
says to do
Yeah.
is to stand there and stare at your eyes for like 5 seconds, if you can at
Yeah.
least stare
But
into
look at
yourself.
yourself.
Right.
Really look at yourself. Louise Hay also did beautiful mirror work. And that was the thing. It was. I heard about it in DJs. It was like what they did with people in DJ school. But I worked with it with a lot of my clients, and they would just incorporate it as part of their training or into their desks with the um, employees. Especially if you're in sales and you're on the phone, is have a mirror and look at yourself in the mirror while you're talking to that client. And the whole thing is DJ school, they make you smile. Because when you smile, you sound like really upbeat over the radio. So if you don't smile, you're not sounding very upbeat. But if you've got a smile on your face, you actually create a much better vibe. But if you look at your mirror, at yourself in the mirror while you're talking to a client, you're not picking your teeth and clearing out lunchtime spinach. You're actually looking and being very interested in that client. And sales go up incredibly just because you're being present. So most of our life we go through it, actually it's so sad, but we go through life not being present. But that thing with Mel Robbins, that came from a really beautiful space as well. That came with during COVID, near the end of COVID, when she brought that. And that was, she looked at herself in the mirror and she put her hand on the mirror for like for 5 seconds. And she looked at herself, and that was, we got this. That was through all that trauma of COVID. That was, we got this. And then it became that more positive high five. But just look at yourself and just know you got this, guys. We got this. Yeah. And then she started sharing that, and it was just such a huge thing. Research on what, Millie?
If it's Midwest night watchers, it's probably like cryptids or something to that effect. UFOs or cryptids or like Bigfoot and such.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to acknowledge our inner light. I do it. I mean, sometimes I actually, because I'm rushing through the bathroom, I don't look at myself, and it's so often. It's quite often. I'm actually catching myself and going back, and saying, "Hey, wow, you're really beautiful," And it's really just so sweet. And then just take a little bit of yeah, we got this, and remind yourself, yeah, just that 5 seconds. Look at yourself. We got this.
I was talking
No
about the
matter.
Montauk Project.
The Montauk, what is the Montauk Project?
Not exactly completely sure myself. Not enough to explain it to make it sound any. I'm not really totally sure. Billy knows. She'll throw it in the. We'll have it.
Yeah.
If you
What
can
is the
just
Montauk Project,
just a
Millie?
brief description of the Montauk Project, because I'll screw it up, I'm sure.
Yeah. I just know on our side, Germany's in a bit of a panic over what's been said over they've just managed to raise a billion euros for security. Half of that is going to the army because they reckon they can't trust their allies right now.
Oh yeah, we're not going to go into politics or anything.
No,
Yeah,
they just managed to very quickly. I've just changed that today. I decided to set my alarm for 1:44. Hello, my baby. Oh, you got my pillow.
all right. She'll be back in a moment here, guys. There she is.
I'm
Thank you.
here.
There she is.
So I don't know, but it will go off just now because I decided 1:44 was going to be a good time to do a wake up meditation and some gold energy around me. I'm just working a lot with gold energy and I'm really enjoying that. Yeah, you do smile a lot, Kebe. Some of us have to remind ourselves that we've got to put that smile on the outside. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, what is, I just now still don't know what the Montag project is. But yeah, and it's just so nice. The more that you do it, and it took me a lot. I mean, a few years ago, it was, oh my God, you've been on this walk and you only just thought of miserable things. So yeah, one changes one's thought patterns. Just lots and lots of gold energy, and I'm just feeling to work up and down the spine right now. That's the one I'm doing, and hopefully I do it for a lot of other people. As I said, with this, it's just I incorporate these things a lot because if I'm doing it for myself, then you might as well do it for everybody else at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just beat myself up that I wasn't thinking all the time about my mother, or sometimes days I would not even think about her. And she's really going through heavy stuff. And then it was just every time I see 33, because she was born in 1933, then I would just stop and really like send angels out to her to protect her and give her heavenly music and make her just give her a hug and a kiss. And then knowing Josh, and Josh has got his, what are you in, 133 or 333?
330. Which is
330.
right. It's like
So,
creating zeros, like the universe, really. So it's like 33. Go create. Is where
yeah,
I'm putting, literally.
absolutely. So, and it's love. Yeah, it comes down to love as well. Unconditional love is the 6. 3 3. But it's
Amanda,
just
welcome. No, we got 10.
Amanda. Greetings. Where's Amanda?
Just got to work. Thank you, Amanda. We appreciate you jumping in there and saying hello.
Yeah. And that
Love
ceiling,
you.
we did a really nice quick ceiling for our doors. You can do them on your office and everything, and just really nice things for those of you that do work out there or have a desk. It's so important to clean and tidy up your desk that night or your house. You fluff your pillows so that when you wake up in the morning, you see something that's fresh. But a big one with working spaces is that you actually clean it up really beautifully on a Friday, and you make it, if you can, that was what we were kind of taught, is put flowers there so that when you get there on a Monday morning, you have flowers in this really beautiful space to move into when you begin work
Oh, I like
on
that.
Monday. Yeah. But it's a nice thing to clear up. Make a little surprise for yourself in the morning. It's really so special to see something that's been done the night before that you'd kind of forgotten. Yeah. There's something new. I said that, and it's just, I still think that's just so yummy. I'm doing it. You've got to really think about it hard, but it's just to, oh, okay.
Penny's kitchen must be pristine.
Christine, yeah, yeah,
Nice.
very nice, yeah, yeah. I mean, it is wonderful to walk into a clean kitchen. Yeah,
Oh, the energy of a clean kitchen is, yeah, walking into a dirty kitchen is not my favorite energy.
it's horrible. It's a horror. Walking into any unkempt spaces. And the thing is, it really doesn't take much effort to do it. Yeah.
Well, any unkept space is generally the energy of the person's energy is unkept in some fashion, or they're not in their frame in some fashion. So whatever the trauma shows up in your unclean house, in your house.
What happens? I think they cancel each other out. If you stand in between that, it's quite freaky, Victor. What happens when you when you place mirrors facing each other, they cancel the energy out.
Is it a void?
Yeah. So, where are they? Are they big mirrors? I just want to read Karen's beautiful haiku. No, you haven't. Cotton candy sky melting on the horizon, swallowed by the night. Oh wow, that's so beautiful. It's like a sunset in a haiku. There for my kitchen.
I love it, honey, except for my kitchen. And thank you for that, Care Bear.
Yeah.
747. Anytime I see 747, like a 747, I just ask the universe where I'm going. Where are we going, universe?
Oh, that's so cool. Thanks, Josh. That's really nice.
737 as well, but I'd rather be in a 747.
A
It's a longer
747, yeah.
versus the
747 's
737.
awesome.
Yeah. Although thankfully
Yeah.
they've been pretty safe the past few months, but
Larger mirror about 20 feet apart on opposite walls. Is it in a passage or in a house? In a room? The first for me always is, what is the mirror bringing in? What image is the mirror bringing into? I don't think I'm kind of visualizing it. It would bring a bit of space of infinity, and obviously if you're standing in front of it, I don't think, I mean, that would be, I'm just thinking that would be really interesting, because especially if you had like a mirrored wall and then you have a mirror on the opposite wall. I don't see it being negative at all. I will do some research on that, Victor.
and Care Bear asked if they might attract a portal you might not want.
Well, that's the whole thing, because mirrors are portals. But if it depends. That's why I say my big rule of thumb for number one with mirrors, no matter how right they are to be in a specific place, is what energy are they bringing in? You know, like a really good thing for basic for base is to have a mirror in your entrance hall. But if you're bringing in like negative power lines, and if you're bringing in trees and beautiful energy from outside into your home, beautiful. But if you're bringing in power lines and a freeway, you're bringing in more craziness into your life. Yeah. Where are we going? I love that though. Where are we going? Just enjoy the day and enjoy the ride. Yeah, it is about the ride. Mirrors are very, very powerful things. Yeah, mirrors are absolutely.
I can tell you, since I got the Feng Shui kit there, I ordered one of those from Chloe. I put the crystals on top of my mirror there in my bedroom, and solid up. I haven't put the mirror outside yet or anything, but that's certainly just the littlest things there helps to solid it up.
Absolutely. The stuff, there are, I mean, a million and one things, but I don't like to just throw stuff out there because you don't know. There's millions of cures and millions of scenarios. But like, I know that at one stage I thought I would work with red sheets just to be energetic. It's not very, it's very, very hectic energy to work with red sheets. Yeah.
Ooh, that would be
This
hard
is
to
such a
sleep in
little
red
thing.
sheets.
Hmm?
I imagine it'd be hard to sleep in red sheets.
You
Fire,
can't.
maybe.
No, you can't.
Usually they're like gray or black or white, like a solid, more calming energy.
Well, our houses here, they're very different to Chinese houses. So we tend to have a lot of white in our environment. So one has to work around that as well. Eh? So
Yeah, but at least with a German tutor, you get a lot of arches inside the home. Like all the doorways are arches. A lot of good tutor homes, and
Yeah,
you get a lot of angular points on the home though. So that's
that's
you get an interesting flow inside. You get more flow because you have arches at least that raise up the energy. But outside, all those points, that's a whole nother deal.
what we tend to not look at what's happening to us from outside, and that was, and it really like struck me hugely when we were on one of our shows. Here is that all the poop that comes to us, almost all the poop, is what comes from outside. So it's really to walk around your home very, very carefully, especially where the bedrooms are, and turn around and look what is affecting, what is coming into the window, or looking at it from that window in that bedroom, especially if you've got children, because they're so susceptible to energies. And what is hitting them? Is it trees, or is it the art, those points? So many points from other houses come into our life. So it's not quite a rule of thumb, but a general rule of thumb is to put mirrors outside above the windows, just to push out that negative energy. And that really huge. Hello,
And Millie
Cody.
made a good comment too about putting black tourmaline in front of the mirror and cleaning them with Florida water or even covering them over at night if need be.
That's if you've got. I love Chris. I love. There's nothing better than a beautifully made bed with iron sheets. Crisp. They must be ironed and crisp. Yes. Um. Yeah. No, they just freak me out too much, Millie.
Yeah, I
I
stopped
stop.
watching all that stuff too.
I don't. Yeah.
You start bringing that into your frame, then eventually it comes into your frame at some point.
Well, it is. It's what are we eating? What is our diet? And it's everything. What are we eating? What are we digesting? I just heard somewhere that our whole digestive system is what keeps us hugely in the matrix. So it's really the old cultures work very strongly with um, the digestion and eating things afterwards to aid the digestion. We don't think about it. We just take Tums or something. But it's very important to think what's affecting your body, not what you're eating. What you eat, don't let people put that on you. But what you're eating? How is that affecting you? That's the most important thing. For some people, meat is fine and they're really enjoying it and it's working. Yeah, but for me, like a very basic also rule is just look at food combining, because that creates a lot of havoc with our digestion, because it secretes separate different enzymes, your
Hmm.
proteins and your carbohydrates.
Yeah, a lot of
So,
depression. If you look into your looking all kinds of different things, if you look into the diet, and the big thing now is I guess the carnivore diet, but it's actually, I mean, as much as you not to eat meat to eat the energy, but at the same time, people are finding that the health has gone off their charts. So
what works? And it's there are so many diets out there, and so many things that people have cleared themselves from really severe illnesses. But what works for one person is not always going to work for the other
no,
person. And I still believe that a good 80% of the diet that we work is what we have within our head. Yeah.
all right, Henny wanted you to see that, so there we go.
I found a movable plastic on my. Awesome.
Beautiful,
Awesome. Really proud of you, Heaney.
awesome.
Yeah. Organizing your.
That'll do wonders for your energy. Anytime you're in disorder, your universe outside is disorganized. Yeah, clean it up and watch what happens in your inside.
Yeah. And our food, what was talking about digestion? Oh, what is it? What do we make in our stomach? What's it feel good thing? Oh, I've got no brain cell right now.
Oh, exactly.
But it's
That
made in our stomach.
your stomach acid? You mean enzymes?
Um,
Like your probiotics?
no, 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 no,
Stomach
no, no.
the biotics in your stomach?
Oh, what are those? What are the feel good hormones?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That one.
Right, on the spot on YouTube.
Please,
Quick.
somebody put
Don't
it out there
I can
in the
imagine
comment.
what's like in Jeopardy now, right?
I'm having such a blank moment here. But it's made, most of it's made in the, and I
Not
can't think of,
cortisol, that's for sure.
yeah, well, cortisol, but it's the other one.
Yeah, I know exactly what you think.
But
It'll
I
like
hope everybody knows what I'm thinking about. I'll have it tomorrow, hopefully. That's why I do the catch up. But
if it
because
doesn't
you know
feel
what?
good watching, I turn it off. There you go.
Yeah. And be brave enough to turn it off. That was
Hmm.
just so interesting that some was also something I was reading and said we didn't realize that this was going to be, oh, it was something talking about Rudolf Steiner, yeah. And he said that there would be this, and people would willingly have their brains rotted, fried. So this is the thing, guys. This is the one that's doing it to us, yeah.
Cell
So
phone?
yeah,
Yeah.
that we are just so hypnotized by it, and it's. I mean, I pull myself out of it, and then it's so easy for it just to like scoop you back in again, you know. So easy. I was very lucky. I had that migraine for a few days, so I couldn't go. I couldn't be on any stuff, any computers. And a while back, when I said that was also when I'd been clearing out my computer, and I had just had to work so hard on cleaning it up, that I wasn't on any social
Oh yeah,
media.
dopamine. Dopamine.
Dopamine. There we go,
Thank you.
guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
save your dopamine, switch your phone to a red screen.
Yeah.
Put the night shift on your screen and live with it. And you will doom scroll 50% less and you'll help to reset your dopamine.
Yeah.
No blue screen.
But there's the other one, not dopamine, there's the other one. The one that
Endorphins?
the pineal makes.
Like
Pineal.
endorphins?
But it is there as part of the endorphins, but
That I know we don't know.
it's the dream one.
Hey Beatrice, welcome back. We didn't
Hey. But
I was
anyway, it's made in your stomach. I'll get it for you tomorrow.
so Kenny said she was a vegan for 10 years, and then these days she does 4 days of vegetarian and 3 days of meat. It's hard to say. Some people are saying that the plants are putting off enzymes and stuff that are making us sick and whatnot and causing maybe our mental illnesses. And then who knows? And then the people who are eating meat are like all happy and balanced and but yet who knows? They're absorbing all the energy from animals. There's really the heck knows anymore. There's so many different diets going on and everyone has a different idea of what's working for them. So
And it's different for everybody. It really
exactly.
is.
You could eat by your blood type. You
There's
remember that
what
diet when that was a fad? Eat by your
eating
blood
by
type,
your
eat by
eating
your
by your blood, but just
astrological
stop.
type.
You can spend millions on it. Yeah, it's same as you can spend like your whole salary on vitamins. Yeah,
At
just be
least if I'm going to eat
sensible.
bread, it's strictly organic, or I'll eat like Dave's. You
Yeah,
know, like Dave, who hires ex prisoners to run his company, which so Dave's bread because he's amazing. I'll eat Dave's bagels every once in a while.
yeah. I didn't lately. I'm kind of thinking, oh, I would like some meat, but I won't go that way because I've been a vegetarian now for a long, long time.
After you watch a video, there's a couple of channels out there that have like happy cows, like cows that are truly free. They get to raise their kids and live like real pets almost. Cows are
Yeah,
the most amazing animals in the world. They're fun. They're loving. They dance around.
serotonin, guys.
It's like a big
Sorry.
dog. It's like having a big dog in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
And they're amazing. But because we take away their children and whatnot, we hurt them up and fence them in. We depress the living what out of them, and so they just stand there. But really, cows are some of the most like you could if you could shrink it, a cow in a house would be amazing, but you can't shrink it.
they do. There's some people that do have cows in their house, or they're those miniature cows. They're really cute. Guys, the one I'm looking for is
All right,
serotonin.
Millie. Big hugs there,
Love, love,
and
love.
we will see you later. Big hugs. Oh yes, I was
Thank
just
you.
looking up. Hopefully, we'll see you on Truthwave for sure.
What's
Dave's
Dave's
bread
bread?
and plan ordering. Dave's bread. Dave's is it's in America. He does organic bread, but it's really good. But he uses prisoners like ex-cons and felons as his. So yeah,
His workers.
as his word correct.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as they're making it with love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's
And
amazing because he's hiring people who wouldn't get jobs.
yeah. Yeah, it's so sad, hey. It's serotonin. That's the one that I was looking for.
Serotonin. Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, but serotonin is mainly made in the stomach. So just I don't know, maybe go and look up how it's made and why it's made and
Yeah.
when it's made and what creates it to be made. But for me, just a general rule of thing. I mean, God, years ago I was like strictly organic. I mean, like when I went to America, I would only eat organic, and then it
I
was
don't blame it.
I was totally, yeah, and it was so expensive, and then I was yeah, it's just totally ridiculous. And then I realized that food is food, hey. And if you haven't got food and you're on a very, very strict budget and you've got children, for yourself it's slightly different. But if you've got children, you need food is food. And the most important thing is to bless it and be grateful for it. Immaterial of what food you have, yeah?
Right. This is
And
true. This
yeah,
is
and
true.
obviously in between that there's the gentle choices that you can make, yeah? To
Exactly. Yeah, and I don't know what the dirty dozen is there, Karen. Other than like I know grapes maybe, but like the things that you definitely need to buy organic if you should. But I know American like wheat, buy it organic if you can for sure, especially American wheat, which
yeah,
is banned
American.
in most places of the world. In the EU, it's banned. Um, Conversely, if you want to buy something organic like a frozen pizza, see if you can buy an organic frozen pizza from Italy. It will have Italian wheat, which is way better for your belly than American wheat.
Yeah, it's completely different. But I think it's just the wheat thing because so many people do build up an intolerance. I think it's the amount of wheat that we eat. And obviously that has been completely cleared. You know, we're eating this very white refined wheat. We're not eating
Exactly.
the whole energy of the wheat. We should really eat everything, you know, a little bit of everything. You know, and then there are people who saying don't eat eggs, and then there are people who say eat eggs.
I eat
Um,
eggs as a vegetarian
yeah,
or pescatarian. I'll eat seafood every once in a while, so it's a
yeah,
pescatarian.
yeah.
I'll eat
I
eggs.
eat, I do eat fish very like maybe 4 times a year, but just every now and again. Or if I go out with people, sometimes I'll eat fish because it's just way too complicated to get something. Especially if you're going out, some restaurants don't cater for vegetarians, so
Not at
you've got
all.
to land up eating the chips or something.
Right.
So it's not fun to go out and pay for chips, you know.
Yeah. Fries, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fries. Yeah. Mm.
All right. Well,
But I think,
we've crossed over an hour. I don't know if we want
yeah,
to. You guys want us
but
to keep? We could keep going for a few minutes.
yeah,
I'm
just
not anytime.
eating is keep it as alkaline as possible. Um, there's only one disease in the world, and that's called acidity.
Yes.
All cancers, diseases, infections, these are all as acidic in our body. So it just makes it's logical. There's no need to be a brain scientist. So just eat as much alkaline food. The list is quite small of
Drink high
alkaline
pH.
food.
You can go on Amazon and buy like pH sticks, which are just pebbles basically in a stick. But you can buy the pH sticks and put the high pH in your water, which will help big time. So put the sticks in your
Yeah.
not in your water filter, but in the bottle you use, not plastic. After you filtered your water, and then you can have high alkaline water,
Mm.
high pH water, like 7+ pH is what you want.
And then the other interesting thing that I found really good to work with is to work with a the food combining, that you don't eat proteins and carbohydrates together.
No, that's
Because,
metabolic syndrome.
yeah, because that just creates and absorb. Think a bit about but there's two schools of thought with that as well. The naturally fermented things. The Japanese and the Chinese are very big on those naturally fermented foods. And we have them here. Sauerkraut is naturally fermented. It's really good for the digestion. And it's just something really interesting. And this is like, we've been so lied to by the systems out there. But for many years, scientists couldn't understand why our bodies, when we ate meat, when we ate our dinner, our bodies went into anabolic shock. Because when we're eating meat, our bodies, it's toxic, so our body fights it off. Now, the Germans, for as ever long as they can, they do this Vorspeise, and the Vorspeise is eating salad. So you eat salad. So I always just thought it was to make the kids eat salad, but you eat your salad before you eat your food. And apparently, when you eat salad, that green stuff, you prepare the body so that when you do eat meat afterwards, or your carbohydrates, your body doesn't go into shock. Just so interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. The other really good thing that I worked with for quite a while, 808. Yay, I
Saint
love
Germain's
that.
number.
Hello, Saint Germain. The other great thing, it was an Edgar Casey thing to aid the digestion, was to just have a bowl of raw cabbage on the table, some sliced raw cabbage, and after you've eaten, just eat some cabbage.
That's interesting.
Aids the digestion. You can have pineapple. The Indians do these amazing little things. After you've eaten curry, we would always go around the corner to one of these little funny places, and they take it and they wrap it up in a betel leaf, and it's got all sorts of wonderful herbs and spices and cumins and little sweet things and betel nuts and this and that, and you just pop this whole thing into your mouth and you chew it. So it cleans your breath, it makes your breath smell absolutely fabulous after eating the curry, but you get no indigestion, and you chew it for about 5 minutes. It's absolutely
Interesting.
wonderful. So these have been woven into their system forever and ever. So we just need to work with some of them and just be aware of it. Just be aware of what you're eating, why you're eating. I mean, I've always said if you can't pronounce what's on the back of the jar of your food, then you shouldn't be eating it.
Most likely.
It's very simple. I mean, you can make it as complicated as you
And
like.
occasionally, though, you are allowed to eat whatever. You are on planet Earth. Just be careful. It's only every now and again. You're all right. But yeah, we don't be karmic. We get karmic about like, oh, I can't eat. It's like drinking a beer. You'll be fine, but don't do it every day.
Yeah. Well, I did for a
If you're
long
at a
time,
yeah,
especially with my kids, which was eat healthy like 90% of the time,
mhm,
and every now and again have a hamburger just to keep you sane.
exactly. If you're at somebody's house and they're eating pizza and you're like, well, I gotta be more. Just eat a slice of pizza. Don't be so karmic.
I'm
It's not
coming
gonna kill you.
over, PG. I love apple crumble and apple pies. Have you got cream?
Nice. I'm coming up. It'll be about
We're all
3 days.
coming
I'll be there
over.
in 3 days. Will it still be any good? It'll probably take me that long to get there. And I don't have a passport, so that's gonna make it even. I
Oh,
gotta.
3 months. So just keep it on.
I
Keep
can
it
get a
going.
passport in a couple of days. That's not an issue. But it'll take me 3 days just to drive there. So.
Ah,
Get through the border.
no.
I
Do
don't know
your
where. I
children
heard that.
eat meat, Karen? Wasabi is awesome. You know what I love about wasabi is it just clears your nose out.
I know, right? Instant sinus. That's what I was thinking. Instant sinus relief. You
And
got a
what's
sinus
awesome,
headache? Go get some sushi and just eat. But
yeah,
most of your wasabi is actually like kind of semi-fake. But if you have really good wasabi, not like fake wasabi, then it's yeah.
yeah. But what's awesome about wasabi is that it doesn't burn afterwards. It's not like chili. That when you eat chili, it's hot for like
A
10
minute.
minutes.
Yeah.
But wasabi is burns and then it's gone.
No,
Yeah.
I've eaten. I'll hear something for you. I eat the world's literally at the time. This was like 10 years ago. It was ranked the world's hottest hot sauce. And yeah, that one lasted a
That
couple
sounds
of
awesome, PG. I eat fruit salad with mayonnaise. I make my own mayonnaise, and it's actually got a lot of garlic in it.
fruit salad with mayonnaise.
Mm, it's very yummy.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
because it gives it that yummy creamy texture, but then it also gives it that little
Okay,
hint of salt.
sure. Why not?
Have you ever eaten bananas and mayonnaise? I know the first time that I did it, somebody
No.
said to do it, and but I've got told out it's absolutely so delicious. You just squish a banana on toast or on nice yummy bread, and then you put mayonnaise on top. It doesn't
Now
taste.
you're just weird. No,
No,
no
I'm just
judgment.
weird. No, bananas,
Respect.
yeah. So I don't know when I started eating that mayonnaise. Because I do. We were also brought like my mother would eat weird things like apple and cheese.
You got to be careful of the mayonnaise here because it's all made with soybean oil. Good stuff. So the first ingredient generally on any mayonnaise in America is soybean oil. No good. But if you're just putting on a sandwich every now and
No,
again,
no judgment. No judgment.
there you go.
I don't
Fresh
mind
portion.
being weird. I know that. You don't have to tell me. Fresh horseradish is awesome. So now
All
we're all
right.
going to be hungry and have indigestion after all this wasabi and horseradish and chili. Oh, I wanted to,
There you go.
for the guys out there as well, but I'll mention it. I want to do I think it's like really important right now, and if we don't do it tomorrow, we'll do it during the week. Because then I'll put up a link to my StreamYard. Is to do a birthing session. And we can decide whether we put it live, but it's just to talk about our birth trauma, our personal birth trauma, or the birthings of our children. Because I've seen it in the chat. Once we start, everybody has a lot that they want to share, and it would just be really awesome to have a look at how we got born. And if you have a mother still, to please ask her what your birthing experience was like.
Not my mother, but anybody can ask their own mother.
Yeah, if you have a parent that's still around, because we don't ask our parents, and this, I mean, we don't have to do this birthing thing and join in. It's just my version of doing a Zoom. But it's just let's do, yeah, I think we could really do a lot of healing with each other. How we got the names for our children, will be like so amazed how spirit really works with it. But the birthing process is how you do life. So if you had a really hard time coming out, it's good. Rudolf Steiner will always tell you that suffering is good. A little bit of suffering, not big suffering, a little bit of. He was such an incredible mystic. Is good because it teaches us about life. It teaches us to struggle and push through, that's what's so important about having a natural birth, yeah. And that was when elective, you can't do an elective cesarean here in Germany. They absolutely not. Because it just made those Caesar babies just want everything on a platter. They don't struggle for things, which is fine, but they want everything to be handed for them. They become really spoiled kind of brats. But obviously, we know that if we've had the cord or those things around us, that we can have those programmed into us as suffering in our life, as trauma in our life, yeah, which we might not realize where it comes from. And obviously, if you've gone through like a 12-hour or 24-hour labor process for both mother and yeah, your mother will never let you forget. It was so I don't know what did Elvis do? I don't know. Did you know that's why Elvis's hair, Elvis was blonde. Did you know that? He wasn't dark. He wanted to be dark, and because he was poor, he used to use shoe polish, black shoe polish on his hair.
Oh well.
Yeah. But it makes sense because Priscilla had to look like him. He was very like she had to dye her hair black, and she was had to be like the female version of Elvis.
All right, guys, we're going to start to wrap this up here because it's going on an hour and a half. I know we weren't going to do a show, and now we got an hour and 15 minutes. It's
I
pretty
know.
crazy. But I thank you
Yeah,
all.
so let's just think about it and let me know. And then maybe during the week on a Tuesday or a Thursday, I will just send us all a link for StreamYard. I can have 6 guests on StreamYard. So then it's easier to talk to. We're not reading the thing. We can just open it all up and talk.
Absolutely.
And then we
Do
can
you want
then
to do some sort of like closeout invocation or anything there?
You know what I'm going to close with? I keep wanting to do it
Yeah.
because it's the Great
Yeah.
Invocation,
There we go.
which was given to Alice Bailey. I think in 1939, the war. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You can look it up, and it's really nice to say it 3 times. But it is from the Theosophical Society. So this was a prayer for peace and awakening of humanity. I hope I remember it also. Let's just open up. I love to think of it as a lot of beautiful, intense magenta light around us. And for some reason, I see a lot of Om signs. So, from the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love descend on every person, every being. May the great messenger of God return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, I forgot. From the center where the will of God is known, the will which the holy masters know and serve, let purpose guide the wills of every person, every being. Let the purpose descend on earth. From the center which we call the human race, may the plan of love and light work out. May it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend on earth. So be it, so be it, and so be it. The center where the will of God is known, let purpose drive. I can't think of it. There we go. Sorry, I wobbled one of the verses.
That's all right. You know what? It's all the intention, honestly. It's all that matters. But thank you
But
so much.
what I always find fascinating with it, and I've like, is that last verse, which is just so wise and human. This was given by the Ascended Masters, but it is let purpose. No, that's from the book. Let light and love seal the door where evil dwells, and then it is only let light, love, and power descend on earth. And this, it's so interesting that we're not given power before we've worked with light and love. If we're given power, we would have created a lot of havoc on this planet. So we're given this our light and our love will seal the door where evil dwells. And then it is let light, love, and power descend upon earth. It was just something that I just noticed one time. But I know when I first did pranic healing, sometimes you want to you got all this energy. And we would be very foolish with that power if we got it.
Most likely.
Yeah. So
All right,
love
guys.
you all. So
Thank
much thank you for being here.
Any
And
Care Bear,
bananas. Bananas.
and of course Beatrice, Millie. I know you're not here. PG, Victor. I think so. Thank you guys.
PG,
Thank you all
Victor.
for being
Thank
here.
you so much,
Christa, we will see you tomorrow at noon on at Blindly Inspired, please. And if you're watching this, if you watch this through, I'm surprised, but if you did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And of course, at Blindly Inspired, check out her channel as well. And
There we
thank
go.
you.
You see, PG knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you work with love and light, then you get the power. When you work with power, you don't,
That's it.
yeah,
Good one, PG.
yeah. Knows exactly what I'm talking about. Love you, PG. Sending you so much love, 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 love,
All right,
love.
guys, we will see all of you at Truth Wave at 9:45, I'm sure, and that's PM Eastern time.
Yeah.
And Christa, that's like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning.
You
All
like
right,
my
guys. Nana.
bananas.
Thanks,
And
guys.
don't forget Ganesha loves bananas. Bananas.
There we go. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all
Thank you
being
so
here.
much, Josh. Thank you,
You
everybody.
have a
Have a
million alternatives on YouTube, and you ended up here. So grateful. We thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Krista, always. And we'll see you next week. And hopefully Adam isn't live. But we love you all. Thank you. And see you all in the next.
And make
Thank
the
you,
most
guys.
amazing portals in your life. Bless, 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 bless. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.
Victor, love you, brother. And if you
Yeah,
want,
thanks.
you had mentioned real quick. You had mentioned numerology. Send me a message there and on your channel there. And next week or Thursday, I'll be using my laptop, so I should be on without any issue.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, I was trying to work. They invited me onto the roundtable last Thursday, but my cell phone was acting goofy, so I'm going to try to pull up my laptop and get it to work there. And Beatrice, I saw your message there. I'll get back with you. I just got to figure out my thing. Saw your email there, and I will reply. Thank you. All right, guys. Much love and favor to everybody. And Krista, thank you.
Pleasure, pleasure. Thank you all. Bye.
All right. Take care, guys. Love you all. Care Bear, keep up the awesome readings there. Love you.
She does
Victor,
do
keep up the
awesome
awesome show. Your show's amazing. And thank you. Grateful. Great way to cap the night.
keep creating, please.
Yeah,
Just we
that's all there is to
need
do at that point.
breaking through. Wow, we're such an awesome team here. You know that.
Yes. All right, guys. Take
Ciao,
care. Have a
bye.
great night. Much love.